If it appears that the wealthy know something about money that the rest of us do not, it's most likely because they do. According to the Federal Reserve, the richest 1% of people would own more than 30% of the world's wealth by the end of 2022. Maybe the wealthy have certain secrets to earning riches, but it doesn't imply what they know needs to be kept hidden. Welcome to Abon V. In today's video, we're going to show you 14 secrets that the rich know, but the poor do not. So stick to the video, keep watching, and let's dive in. Number 1. Follow your dreams. Rich people become wealthy by doing something they are passionate about. If you don't enjoy what you do, you won't put in the time and effort required to succeed. In 1984, Jim Koch left a secure career at Boston Consulting Group to launch Boston Beer Company, the company that produced Samuel Adams Boston Lager. Koch was inspired to create the now multi-million-dollar company by his love of beer. The most common thing I advise folks is to only pursue something you love, Koch said, because a small business will be incredibly demanding of your time, your energy, and it will devour your life. And if you're doing something you appreciate, you'll accept, even enjoy it. You'll lose heart if you're only doing it to get rich. Number 2, make a written record of it. The distinction between having an idea and putting it on paper is frequently what distinguishes the extremely successful from the typical person. If you associate success with riches, it may be time to start setting down your goals for becoming wealthy, both big and small. According to Thomas Corley, author of Rich Habits, 60% of the wealthy people he examined wrote down their goals, while 81% kept a to-do list. If you want to become a multimillionaire, put it down along with a strategy for getting there. Number 3, change your mindset. In an entrepreneur article, Grant Cardone, a worldwide sales specialist and best-selling author, stated that there is no lack of money on planet Earth, only a shortage of people who think right about it. To become a millionaire, you must abandon your impoverished mindset. To get rich, you must first overcome your fear of lack. You must also really believe that you will be wealthy. Cardone explained, I started with nothing, no money, just ideas, and a lot of hard work to build a net worth that will most likely not be destroyed in my lifetime. He stated that the first stage was to make a decision and set a goal. Set a goal and train your mind to believe that you can attain it. Number 4, spending must be aligned with goals. Having goals, according to Michael Kay, president of Financial Life Focus and author of the Feel Rich Project, is one of the secrets to being wealthy. The wealthy are aware of their priorities. Maybe it's passing on wealth to the next generation, or maybe it's achieving a certain lifestyle. They are careful not to waste resources on useless items. According to Kay, the wealthy tend to spend their money primarily on things that are important to them. The rest of us can benefit from this by creating our own goals and then tracking our spending to see if it corresponds to these goals. Number 5, do not waste money to impress others. Most wealthy people do not waste time and money attempting to impress others. They are not in a race and they know that they have made it. Therefore, they are not concerned with what others think. Indeed, many affluent people would not have become wealthy if they had spent their hard-earned money on stuff to keep up with others. Spending money to appear wealthy before you are wealthy is a definite way to ruin your wealth-building efforts. So ignore the Joneses and concentrate on what is important, amassing riches in the next years. Number 6, have a savings plan. Everyone understands that saving money is an important element of becoming wealthy, yet saving is sometimes easier said than done. While the normal person may save aside money here and there, affluent people set aside a fixed amount from each paycheck and deposit it directly into a savings account. Take a percentage of your earnings, no matter how little or how much you earn. Tony Robbins, a life and business strategist, stated, a percentage must be set aside for you and your family. When you acquire a 15 to 20% savings rate and put it somewhere where it can compound, you'll be financially free. Number 7, eat out less frequently. People who are concerned with conserving money frequently forego their morning latte. The wealthy can indulge in minor splurges whenever they choose, and instead approach saving from a broader viewpoint. Author Paul Sullivan and collaborator Brad Kluntz, a clinical psychologist with an academic affiliation at Kansas State University, studied the discrepancies in spending habits of the richest 1% and richest 5%. Instead of eating out, the 1% saved 30% of their money for retirement. Number 8. Have a lot of liquidity. The wealthy ensure that they have enough liquidity or cash to meet their immediate demands. They have an emergency fund so that they don't have to alter their lives if something unexpected happens. The fact that wealthy people save money for a rainy day is not simply due to their wealth. They have monetary reserves because they have the discipline to save. Everyone should try to save enough money for 6 to 9 months of spending in an emergency fund. However, you do not need to set aside that much money all at once. You simply must strive toward the objective with each paycheck. With that in mind, set up a monthly automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account. Number 9. Avoid paying fees at any costs. Fees can quickly deplete your wealth. It's critical to avoid incurring unnecessary costs, whether it's a late fee on a credit payment, a foreign transaction fee from using your credit card abroad, or an overdraft fee on your checking account. Wealthy people recognize that every fee they pay reduces the amount of money in their pockets. Number 10. Only accept a job if there is room for advancement. Even if you're not making a high salary right away, it's critical to work for a company where you can advance. The wealthy can get into the right company where there is room for growth, Grant Cardone wrote in a CNBC piece. Jared Glant, my VP of Sales, started working for me over 7 years ago for $2,500 per month. He wasn't making any money, but he was in the right car. Because he understood I was trying to develop, he expanded his skill set and was able to triple his monthly revenue several times over. Number 11. Salary isn't everything. Working your way up the corporate ladder will only get you so far. You eventually attain your earning potential and reach a plateau. The wealthy understand that to increase their fortune, they must make their money work for them rather than the other way around. Robert Kiyosaki, author of the best-selling personal finance book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, based his entire financial philosophy on this notion. The best method to do this is to generate revenue from passive rather than active sources. Dividend-paying securities, rental properties, revenues from a firm you do not personally manage daily, and royalties on creative work or inventions are examples of passive income investments. Number 12. Invest in yourself. Successful people understand that it's worthwhile to devote time, money, and energy to personal development. This could be reading a self-help book, attending a class, or learning new skills. Number 13. Be your own boss. Employees work to enrich their employers. Consider creating your own firm if you want to achieve great wealth. According to Forbes, nearly 70% of the 2,668 people on their list of 2022 billionaires became self-made billionaires by creating or co-founding a business. Many middle-class workers believe that establishing a business is too hazardous, said financial expert Robert Wilson. The rich recognize that letting your time and money be governed by a boss who couldn't care less whether you obtain what you want out of life is hazardous. Number 14. Annual tax planning is critical. The wealthy do not put off thinking about their tax returns until April. They take precautions every year to reduce the impact of taxes. The wealthy can also avoid costly tax blunders with the assistance of tax professionals. If you have the means, consult with a financial or tax expert frequently throughout the year. Make sure you're current on the latest tax news and keep records or receipts that may help you qualify for certain tax deductions. Conclusion. Take the first step today and set those objectives for yourself. Let us be among the 1% who follow our passion, are disciplined, and take the necessary steps to enjoy what we do while receiving all the rewards. That's it for today. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.